Yoshihara, could he make it a perfect event? He's our #1 qualifier. We saw him on the podium earlier this year in Atlanta, and he is firing all cylinders. V8 to be exact, with turbos under the hood, turn 14 distribution on the side, ARC design, and then you have that of Falcon tires on the corners. Jeff Stoneback, Hankook tires on the corners. Here we go. Daijiro Yoshihara initiating into that first rear clipping zone. Bringing it high and tight, Stoneback. A lower line than that of Yoshihara. Yoshihara looking dialed, precision driving from him. Stoneback trying to tighten it up. And here comes Yoshihara out to the outer zone. Stoneback massaging it into the second outer clipping zone. Dialing it in, man. Yoshihara is just flawless at this point. So Stoneback will lead. Yoshihara will give chase. Our first battle of the top 32. Here comes Stoneback. Through the start chicane. Stoneback with a little feint entry. And Stoneback dropping down Yoshihara, modulating his line or kind of adapting. And Stoneback, a good initiation into that second outer zone. Oh, and Stoneback tapping the wall, stays in it, gets out of shape, but then throws it back into angle. Whoa, Yoshihara powers through with angle. So let's take a look here as we are about to find out Stoneback or Yoshihara, and slide him right for Daijiro Yoshihara. Let's watch the show. Here we go. Moving right along, Kristaps Blues, Juha Rintanen. Juha Rintanen from Finland. He will be leading this battle as Kristaps applying the pressure. Look at this, truly international fair. Finland versus Latvia. And here Kristaps past that front clip into that second outer zone. And looks like Juha getting to the outer zone, making it look exciting. Kristaps bringing it tight. Man, this is a boxing match, toe-to-toe, mano-a-mano. Finland versus Latvia. Kristaps will lead HGK Motorsports Achilles radials. Both of the vehicles shrouded with some Achilles radial rubber. And Juha, it is allowed for that chase car to get the jump in the chase position. Here we go. Kristaps initiating that rear clipping zone with authority, but dropping down. Juha, whoa, Kristaps throwing some more angle at it. Look at this, just working his way all across the track. Kristaps with some gangster angle there, now getting that rear clipping zone. Juha Rintanen struggling to catch up to Kristaps. Kristaps exits that rear clipping zone a little early, and then past the finish line, not getting out to the outer zone. There is an outer zone when he gets to that K-rail. So slide him left for Juha Rintanen, slide him right for Kristaps Blues. Which way is it going? Andy, Ryan, and Brian saying, Andy says one more time. Ryan says Kristaps, and Brian says one more time. And here we go. Forsberg leads, Mordaunt chases. Forsberg initiates into that first rear clipping zone. Some wavering there from Pat Mordaunt. Forsberg high on the bank, now Mordaunt settled. Into that first front clip goes Forsberg, as does Mordaunt in tow. Into the second rear clipping zone. Forsberg tapping the brakes, working it in. Mordaunt keeping a consistent distance behind Forsberg. Zeroes in on both of those clipping zones. Better yet, for Forsberg, how is he going to chase? You know, with that championship on the line, it's a lot of eyeballs on Forsberg and then also Energy Drink 370Z. Here we go, Pat Mordaunt out front. Pat Mordaunt initiates. Forsberg keeping kind of a bit of a safe distance here, taking that mid to high line as Mordaunt works it up. Here we go into that first front clip. Mordaunt and Forsberg right there. Oh, and Forsberg goes into the second outer zone. Forsberg on the wall. As Mordaunt, an unbelievable turn of events. As Patrick Mordaunt, Andy, Ryan, and Brian. Pat Mordaunt gets the victory, taking out Chris the Force Forsberg. JTP will lead. And Alex Hilbrun will give chase. And here comes JTP. Justin Pollock initiates. Look at that. That's what I was talking about, that nasty flick. Alex Hilbrun works it in. Pollock throwing more angle at it. Tapping the wall, but staying in it. Hilbrun diving down way low. As Pollock, big angle. Hilbrun a bit shallow, shutting it down on that second outer zone, and Pollock pushing the foot through the floorboard. So we will revisit again the Pollock-Hilbrun battle, and interestingly enough, Ryan Turk has yet to do battle this evening. He had a bye run on his first run of the 32 because he qualified second. And now with Mad Mike Woodette's early retirement due to the 10-minute competition, basically 10-minute allotment because he wasn't at fault with Gucci, 5-minute of his competition timeout. He was not able to run, so Mad Mike is out. Ryan Turk will be in the Great 8 without even having to do battle. But, you know, hey, take it any way it comes, right?
Yeah, you know, it's definitely unfortunate. You know, we want to see as many battles as possible, and it's really hard to, you know, kind of flex the rules in order, you know, just to get two guys to compete, because there's a lot of other things that fall out because of that. But certainly, you know, I would love to see, you know, maybe a situation where, you know, you have something like that and you can make an extenuating circumstance. But unfortunately, you know, the way the rules are written is the way the rules are written.
So we are finding out that Alex Hilbrun is out. He is not able to fix his vehicle. So Alex Hilbrun is out. So this will be a bye run for Justin Pollock. JTP Justin Pollock will have a bye run in his Roush Performance Ford Mustang. And he will just switch lanes here, and he advances on. So quick work there, unfortunately, for Hilbrun. Yeah,
I mean, another battle lost to attrition, unfortunately, and it seems, you know, as the seasons get longer and more events are added, and you know, teams and drivers are pushing it, you know, the cars sometimes are just not going to hold, and unfortunately, we've seen that quite a bit here today, much to the chagrin of, you know, myself and certainly some fans.
Some fans, if you have one in particular, right? Well, here's Justin Pollock's celebratory run to advance him on into the Great 8. We just saw Ryan Turk in his bye run. It looked like he was putting it down. Look at Pollock. Pollock getting loose, getting pitted around that front clip into the second zone. The big Roush Performance R on the roof there as JTP crossed the finish line and advances on to the Great 8. So here we go. Juha out front. Kristaps in chase. Look at that already. Door to door. Kristaps dropping down. Maybe bit off more than he could chew as Juha brings in that front clip. Kristaps does as well. How are they going to do here coming into the second outer zone? Standing on the throttle. Both of them within those brackets, past that front clip and into that rear clipping zone. And looks like Juha not going for the jump, feeling confident. And here we go. Juha in chase as Kristaps initiates high. Juha dropping down a bit. And Kristaps out of that outer zone. He drops down early. Kristaps, a straight line approach. Look at, he's surging ahead. Kristaps big angle, keeping it to the outside zone. Well executed. Oh, Kristaps dialing in. No, doctor, look at that. Tapping the wall just for a little impact in more ways than one. Here we go, slide him left for Blues, right for Juha Rintanen, Andy, Ryan, and Brian. Going to the judges, Andy says Juha Rintanen, Ryan says. Kristaps and Brian says Juha Rintanen. Juha getting the victory and taking out Kristaps Blues. All right, so here comes Tyler McCory. Tyler McCory initiating. Charles Ng, look at that. Getting close. Tyler McCory settled. Low on the bank. Ng applying the pressure. That's Sogan Motorsport. Oh, and then Ng very shallow in the transition, if any angle at all, as Tyler into that second rear clipping zone. Great proximity by Ng. But is he matching the angle? Tyler McCory, a pretty solid lead run. And here we go. Charles out front. McCory giving chase. Charles, a late initiation. Tyler McCory, look at him, mirroring the angle. Nice job by Ng, throwing more angle out of towards the end. How are they going to transition past that first front clip? And McCory, snappy with it, throws it in. Is that going to end up hurting him? Stays in the angle. An interesting approach here from Ng and McCory. Charles Ng, Tyler McCory, slide him left for Ng, right for McCory. The Rock, Tyler McCory advances on into the Great 8. Odie Bakshis in the Sunday Genesis Coupe, proving that it could run a season. Last year he campaigned, got second overall in the World Championship as he went to Japan, and proving that that Genesis Coupe could definitely take it to the top. Here we go. Forrest Wang initiates. Odie Bakshis in tow. Not as much angle, but there, narrowing the gap. Forrest Wang Big angle from Wang, now coming to that second rear's clipping zone is Odie wavering, making some correction. Wang dialed in. Boom, right on that front clip and out to outer zone. Forrest Wang. Here comes Odie Bakshish out front. Forrest Wang in the chase position. As you said, Lantain, how is Odie going to handle this out front? And Forrest, look at that, matching it up, initiating. Whoa! Odie Bakshish, what is going on here? And here it is, make it official, slide him right for Forrest Wang. The O'Reilly Part Shop title fight, sponsored by Gum Out. There it is. Forrest Wang advances on. But here we go. Matt Field, the Gears of War 4, Falcon Tires, S14, Frederick Osbo, championship implications on the line. Matt Field initiates. As I said, undefeated, 5-0 is Osbo against Field, but the gloves are off and the ammunition and the momentum is on deck with Matt Field throwing into that second rear clipping zone. Some wobbling into the second. Frederick Osbo poised right there on the door. Look at Osbo closing in as Osbo.
Oh,
We're
man.
seeing some contact firing off. What just happened as everybody is watching this battle and what's going down? Can Matt Field duplicate the magic that he saw? He was the lone star, the highest driver finishing in Texas. Can he do it again? He's seen red from his signature neon yellow. Now to the Gears of War 4 livery, Falcon Tires on the corner. Here we go. Frederick Osbo out front. Matt Field in chase in that first rear clipping zone. Goes Frederick Osbo. Matt Field, some wavering, not matching the angle that Frederick Osbo has right now. Matt Field zeroing in. Osbo, quick transition into the second outer zone. Here comes Field working in. Lacking some angle, but gets back into that second rear clipping zone, dialing in. Now on that last front clip, Osbo and Field cross the finish line. Right now, if Frederick Osbo loses here, Chris Forsberg is your 2016 Formula Drift Championship and champion, presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. If Frederick Osbo advances, he still has more work to do. Are you ready, drifting world? Is Osbo advancing? Or is Chris Forsberg your 2016 Formula Drift champion? Andy, Ryan, and Brian. Andy says Matt Field. Ryan says Matt Field. Brian says Matt Field. And Chris Forsberg is your 2016 Formula Drift champion. Frederick Osbo is knocked out. He is second overall. And there it is, folks. All right, so moving on. Here we go. Daijiro Yoshihara. Can he make it a perfect event? Turn 14 distribution, Falcon Tires, Subaru BRZ. Juha Rinton initiated some wavering, but Dai Yoshihara doing it again. What he did earlier yesterday and today. Dai Yoshihara into that second outer zone. Some gap here from Dai Yoshihara. And now Juha Rintanen trying to close that gap, but Dai, he is possessed right now. Here we go. How's he gonna do? As you said, Ryan, in that chase position, Juha wavering, some wobbling, but Dai Yoshihara seems to be rock solid. Here we go, slide or Daijiro Yoshihara is giving chase to Juha Rintanen from Finland. And Juha takes that middle to high line, as Ryan Sage says, and there's Dai Yoshihara right there on that back wheel transition, a shallow transition. Here we go. It's where it's getting hairy here throughout this event, and Juha, good angle, but Dai Yoshihara maintains his composure. He's right there on the side of Juha Rintanen and powers through the finish line. He's going to the final four as he takes out Juha Rintanen. Daijiro Yoshihara gets the victory and is in the final four. Justin Pollock will be out front. Pat Merdaunt in the chase position. Blazing a trail into that first rear clipping zone. Pollock throwing it in. Pat Merdaunt, middle line as Pollock works it higher. And Pollock transitions past that front clip. Here comes Merdaunt. Pollock in that rear zone. Pat Merdaunt wavering. Oh, and a big correction there from Pollock. Fighting back. Justin Pollock, Roush Performance, Falcon Tires, Weld Wheels, Lucas Oil. Here we go. Pat Merdaunt throws it in. Justin Pollock, you see him initiate, have to correct here. Pat Merdaunt past that front clip, and Justin Pollock goes in backwards. Ryan Sage, Pat Mordaunt definitely had some mistakes. It was not the cleanest, but right now is Pat Mordaunt gifted a victory here. Here we go, going to the judges, and there it is. Pat Mordaunt gets the victory. Ryan Turk will lead. Here we go. We'll see if that color green gives him some luck. Thrown into that first outer zone. Ryan Turk goes in. Tyler McCory. Mid, working it, massaging it up. Nice job by McCory and Chase. Ryan Turk transitions past that front clip in the second zone. Turk getting out to the outside zone. Tyler McCory bringing it out to in or into out. Second hash mark on that front clip. And the closest one to the wall in the outside zone. Ryan Turk, a lot of video and a lot of video content being made. Tyler McCory, a lot of steering wheels in his hand, from desert racing to sports car and obviously drifting. Here we go. Tyler McCory throws it in. Ryan Turk in chase. Tyler McCory, big angle, mid to high line. Keeps it about the midline as Ryan Turk keeps it in the pocket. Into that second outer zone. Man, Tyler McCory with that really gangster flick into that outer zone. Ryan Turk low line in that outer zone. Whoa! Ryan Turk holds on to it. Here we go, Tyler McCory, Ryan Turk, slide him left for McCory, right for Turk, and there it is, unanimously. Ryan Turk gets the win and advances on to the Final Four. Forrest Wang leads on this first battle. Matt Field gives chase. Get Nuts Laboratory, Hankook Tires. S14, Matt Field. Two definitely schools of thought as Wang initiates middle line. Matt Field in tow, transitioning into that front clip. Big angle from Wang. Matt Field gaining proximity into that outer zone. Wang going back and forth. Oh, man. Right now, he's looking pretty strong, but Field's going to try to knock him down. In this Gears of War for Falcon Tires. Black-Track Performance S14. And a huge disparity here as Matt Field throws it in. Forrest Wang very low on the bank. And that Gears of War 4S chassis really just showing some muscle here in that rear clipping zone. Matt Field working it in and Forrest Wang falling back. And Matt Field just flexing. So here we go, going to the judges. Field or Wang, slide him left for Matt Field. Matt Field, your number 6 qualifier, advances on to the Final Four. And the red lights illuminate, extinguish, and we're ready to send it here at Irwindale and the drifting world. Dai Yoshihara down the straight into that first rear clipping zone. Dai Yoshihara, can he make it a perfect event? Is he going to the finals? Big on the bank, Pat Mordaunt dropping down, still keeping proximity, but just not mimicking that big bank that Dai Yoshihara, I mean, he is just possessed right now. Turn 14, distribution, Subaru BRZ, dialing it in, the Momo steering wheel in the hand, and it takes, I mean, textbook. So here comes Pat Mordaunt out front. Dai Yoshihara in chase. Pat Mordaunt initiates. Dai Yoshihara, oh buddy, he's dropping down here, but now past that front clip. Pat Mordaunt putting on a clinic himself out front. Dai Yoshihara, great proximity. Riding the, whoa, my goodness. Make some noise for Pat Mordaunt and Dai Yoshihara, oh doctor. So let's make it official. Patrick Mordaunt, Dai Yoshihara, and there it is. Daijiro Yoshihara's going to the finals. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there it is. The clock has expired. The 5-minute allotment for the competition timeout, and Ryan Turk and his O'Reilly Auto Parts gum out. SR by Toyota 86 comes up just a bit short, but he does get on the podium due to his number 2 qualifying position. This is a bye run for Matt Field. As Matt and Dai have seen battle against each other 4 times overall. And here is this Gears of War 4 S14.5. Can he continue with the magic? An all Falcon Tire finals here. as Matt Field transitions. This is a good opportunity for him to just get one more go at the pass before the finals. Seems like he's just airing it out, making sure the car is up to snuff. Can he make it a perfect event? Our #1 qualifier, Dio Shihara, against Matt Field, who qualified 6th. That has no bearing on how these gentlemen are going to drive now. Dio Shihara initiates. Great driving, not all the way up there, but then works it up. Matt Field right there on the door. That's Subaru BRZ. Now into that second rear clipping zone. Here goes Field. Surging forward right on the door. Dio Shihara, solid lead run. And Field makes contact and spins. Matt Field, Dio Shihara for the final time of the 2016 Formula Drift Championship season, presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. Oh, and Dio Shihara, a big mistake. So was it not checking out his car? Unfortunate for him. Now, Ryan, this is where you start to think. Matt Field has the contact. He spins. That's, let's call it what it is. You can only tell the future by looking at the past. And Matt Field spun out. That would be a 0. Dio Shihara spinning out. That'd be a 0. So here we go. Let's go to it. And I believe it's going to go to OMT, because if we didn't, and there it is. So 2 OMTs. They're going one more time. And Matt Field chooses to get a little bit of a jump here on Dio Shihara. Let's see how he handles it. Dio Shihara with that contact, we saw a lot better on that initiation, that chase position. Looks like he worked it out. Dio high on the bank. Field dropping back a bit. Nice snappy transition by Yoshihara, filling that on his own. Field. Oh, and Dio Shihara goes into the wall. Matt Field, a wide swing, but Matt Field powers through. And we are seeing Yoshihara there, and I believe that's going to be all she wrote. I'm seeing that. So we saw the thumbs up previously from Dio Shihara, but right now you saw the throat chop. You saw the we're out. So there's Matt Field taking that celebratory low and slow. Gears of War 4, S14.5 on Falcon tires. And there it is. Some celebratory donuts from your winner here at the House of Drift, Irwindale, California. Matt Field takes it to the top in his Vortex Supercharged LS S14.5 on Falcon tires. So here we go. We have our final 2, and we'll join our 3rd place finisher at the podium. So 3rd place here at round 8 of the Formula Drift Championship, the O'Reilly Auto Parts title fight, sponsored by Gum Out, is the Gum Out driver. Ryan Turk grabs 3rd place here at Irwindale. Now your winner here at Irwindale, California. Again, the O'Reilly Auto Parts title fight, sponsored by Gum Out. The Formula Drift Championship, presented by Blackview. Your winner here in Irwindale, the House of Drift, Matt Field in the Gears of War 4 Falcon tires S14.5. As the fans and crawling the fence, a moment that a lot of the drivers definitely want to do. It was a cage match here in Irwindale, the House of Drift. And with that being said, his car on a flatbed just behind that of Matt's. You see it back there. 2nd place for another podium this season. That's a 2nd podium for him, and another 2nd place in the Turn 14 Distribution Falcon Tires Subaru BRZ 2011 Formula Champion, Daijiro Yoshihara. 2nd place here at the House of Drift, Irwindale, California.